Disclaimer. All topics in this video are alleged and allegedly, and they are strictly for entertainment purposes only.
Y'all interview is gonna be on point because Jay know what he's doing.
Jay Evans, I do watch you. When you were doing your post about me, great job. Yeah, great job. I love you.
Ooh, Latrice.
Wait a minute, you did your research, honey. I love it. If I need any information on myself, I need to come ask you, Jay Evans.
Jay Evans, you know exactly what to say. Yes.
This is the same woman.
Wait a minute.
Girl, you ain't nothing but an insecure.
Jesus, take the wheel, baby. Y'all saw that explosive reunion. Now we're going to get to talk to some of the stylists that gave some of the Bells these reunion looks. Sit back, relax, and get ready because I got questions and we're going to get the answers. It's time for us to review the reunion looks and know my inspiration behind making this video.
Hey, it's me, Jay Evans, with all the best, and I'm here to bring it to y'all. The Belle Collective reunion was explosive, but what's more explosive is the looks. Black Twitter, y'all are vocal. Social media is vocal, and people want to know, how did they come up with these looks? So I had to go in depth with the stylist, and I am joined by the man himself. Ryan, what is going on?
What is up? Thank you. Thank you for even asking me to do this. Now I'm not on I'm on Twitter, but I'm not active on Twitter. So the people been talking about the looks.
Yeah, they listen. When the reunion drops for any reality show, they gonna go in. They love it. They like it. They don't. They just vocal, baby.
I'm an Instagram kid, so I see a lot of stuff on the Instagram, but I'm not. I don't go on the Twitters. I ain't on there yet. I mean, I'm on there, but I'm not active on there.
Look, it goes down over there, but I like Instagram more too.
Yeah, I'm a definitely Instagram kid.
So let me tell y'all about Ryan. He is the stylist for Marie Monroe's look at the reunion. Now, Ryan has also styled for celebrities like Monique. Her special for Netflix, My Name is Monique, that was Ryan that styled her. He's also styled for Cynthia Bailey. She is a legendary model. She was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. He's also styled Leticia. Now, I love her song, I Blame You. She can sing down to the ground. That's Ryan styling. And another one that I love, Shamari DeVoe from the legendary group Black. And she was on Housewives of Atlanta. You booked and busy, Ryan.
I'm trying to be, I'm an entrepreneur, so I try to stay booked and busy as much as I can.
Now, how do you juggle all these people and then manage to style Marie Monroe?
I mean, it's easy, I try to prioritize, and I think I work best when everything is chaotic. So if I have a lot of things going on, I think that's when I work my best. So I just handle it as it comes. And when you are doing something that you really love and it's your passion, I mean, you'll take on. It's like you could take on the world, and it just feel like so easy to you. So I make it work, and I get stressed. Don't get me wrong, but I make it work.
But you can thrive under pressure.
I can, and It's funny that I'm admitting that because people tell me that, and I be like, no, but I have to admit, I tend to do my best when I'm under pressure, which sometimes is a lot.
So what was your inspiration for Marie's look?
Well, me and Marie were talking about the reunion for a while, and she literally just said she wanted to be a bad bitch. She wanted to show body. And so that's kind of was literally the inspiration behind it. Last year we did a green jumpsuit. This year, she said, I want to be a bad bitch. I want to stand out. She said, my color is black. And I said, well, hey, let's roll with it. So really the inspiration behind that look is bad bitch.
And you did the jumpsuit last year too?
I did as well. Yes, I did Marie's jumpsuit and I did Tamara and the red.
Okay, you better come through, Ryan. Hell, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Yes.
I am joined by the man, the talent himself, Mr. Jstruktuur. What's going on, Jstruktuur?
You got it, Jay, man. What's going on?
Look, I'm here to chop it up with you like onions and green peppers for your Thanksgiving dressing.
And I love onions and green peppers.
So we're going to mix it up and make it good. Now, let me tell y'all about Jstruktuur. For those that don't know, and if you don't know, I don't know where you've been. I'm going to start with the best part. He is A33 alumni. Come through Lanier. Yes. We took a class together.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Miss Cook. Boots. Miss Cook.
Miss Cook. Boots.
He's also a professional makeup artist, a master hairstylist, image consultant, event producer. He is a TV personality. Now, y'all remember him from Bring It in an iconic moment where he did Neva the Diva. And we saw him on Belle Collective this season and previous seasons as well. And he has a slogan that I love. It's more than the stroke of a brush. It's a ministry. You better let them know. So we're going to get into what was your inspiration for Tambra's look? Because this was a different look for her.
So, because I've known Tambra for so long, and I've always tried to push her to just change, do things a little different. So the fact that she had just had London Simone, had just had the baby, I was like, Tambra, let's push the envelope. I said, A, no one believed that you were pregnant. B, you don't like to be that risque. I said, but we could be risque and we can be classy, it could be beautiful all in one. And so she was like, well, whatever you want to do, let's do it. And I was like, you sure? Are you sure? And she was like, yeah, let's do it. And so I went on the fabric hunt. I saw the fabric and I was like, wow. I was like, this is going to be very, very beautiful up under her skin. And so it just happened from there. I'm a visionary. So a lot of things that I do kind of just happen, to be honest. Like, I don't really draw anything out or sketch anything or really just plan like most creatives do. It just come to me and I roll with it. And so that's how the dress came about.
How long did it take you to make the dress?
So because of which I know that they discussed, in the reunion part 1, because of her blood pressure and stuff, she really wasn't sure that she was going to be able to do the reunion. And so me pushing, like, oh yes, ma'am, you have to do this reunion. You just had London, you have to do this reunion. And so I designed the dress in 2 days. And I actually have a seamstress who actually came in, and her name is Keyshia Cole Carbon Couture, who came in and actually put it together, technically put it together. And yeah, and we got on a plane. So literally 2 days. Okay. 2 days.
And you gave it the pop of pink. Is pink her favorite color?
You know what? I don't think it's her favorite color. I do know she liked pink because she loved pink. Of course, she's an AKA. So Tambra loves pink. So that was kind of, my thing as well, to highlight, that a little bit. And that blush color looks really good up on her skin, and it doesn't look washed out. So the fact that I was going to have her already, partially revealed, I was like, let's add a little blush, a little blush pink to the skin. And so I thought about the ostrich feathers, and that's where it comes from.
Now, Ramona happens to be the stylist for Sogucci for her reunion look. She is also a private stylist a personal shopper, and she says an expert in styling to fit any budget or occasion. Ramona, what is going on?
Oh, nothing much. You tell me. Y'all want to talk about the reunion looks or what?
That's what we're gonna get into in this look that you styled for Gucci. People loved it. You did your thing. What was the inspiration for Gucci's look?
Well, we were inspired by the shoes. We started from the bottom with that. We went with the Rena Cavalli uh, uh, Cleopatra sandal, and it had more of like the queen look to it. So we went with that look, Egyptian queen, and we wanted to go with a vibrant color. We wanted to step outside the box on that and do a little something different.
Yeah, and people liked it because it had like the split, it had the reveal on the side, but then the other side was like more covered up. So it definitely gave us that. So
thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
This was a designer dress. How did you know that was the right dress for Gucci when you saw it?
Well, like I said, the shoe, I believe the shoe complemented looking like a snake coming up her leg is something they would wear, as being a Egyptian queen. As well as the color. We wanted to go with a vibrant color and do something, less traditional than the normal gown, or, we wanted to play it a little risky. And then that color complemented her skin. So, that was always a plus.
And I think it worked because Gucci is like a fitness person. Her body is right. So it just looked good.
Yes, it did.
Today, I am joined by a special guest, Malik. Now, Malik happens to be the stylist for Aikisha Colon's reunion look. He's also the designer for Truth and Consequences. And if you're in Atlanta or you're visiting Atlanta anytime soon, then the good news is he's a stylist at the Ivory showroom right there in Atlanta. Malik, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm so glad you joined me today. I see the glasses. I like the pop of color too.
I appreciate it.
So let's get into it because this reunion had a lot going on, and one of the things that always stands out at a reunion show are the looks. So that's why I wanted to pull in the stylist that did this reunion. For Aikisha, what was the inspiration for this look?
Aikisha, her confessional look, well, one of her confessional looks was blue, I think last season. And she just looked so good in blue. So we just decided to run it again for the reunion. A different shade at least, but because she looks good in blue. She's a color girl. She looks good in color.
Yes. And I liked how it was like a lighter shade of blue, like it just made her pop.
Yeah, it was, when it all came together, it made sense. I mean, it made sense in the beginning, but once you see it all come together as one, it really makes sense.
This was a designer dress. What made you, besides it being blue and working for her, what made you pick this dress?
Well, because Keyshia's kind of short, I wanted something with a very high split to elongate her. So that dress kind of just did it. And we needed something that would play off the couch, where it would kind of cascade off and still give her that long leg silhouette, giving her the illusion of being taller than what she is. So that was kind of the play right there on that one.
In the top of the dress, I really liked it, like how it wasn't just the same thing all over.
Yeah, that we wanted to stay away from the heavy beading that, is typically a staple in reunion shows, which they always look amazing. Like everybody always they look great. But she kind of wanted to stay away from that. So we did a little bit of it up top in the horn piece. And the dress is Albina Dula, like you said, from the Ivy showroom in Atlanta. But we just wanted to keep it kind of simple, to play it a little simple, and it worked out.
It did. I saw the reaction from a lot of people, and they really love the look. And you know, Black Twitter, they're very vocal.
Black Twitter will let you have it.
The dress that Leticia Pearson wore to the reunion has been a topic on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Leticia is actually the inspiration for me doing this video. She inspired me when she created a post about the backstory of her dress. Now, different people have had different comments about the dress, but you need to know the story about it. Now, I actually reached out to the stylist, Brandon. Shout out to Brandon. Unfortunately, he was not able to interview, but a lot of people do not know the story about this dress. So let me give it to you. Leticia started off her Instagram post by thanking Brandon. Then she went on to say that he reached out to her team about a year ago so that he could design a dress for her. Now, he had been reaching out to multiple celebrities to give him a chance but was turned down. Leticia then went on to say, "You guys know that I stand for marketing Black-owned businesses and people who are trying to make it. I will never forget where I started. He was so nervous due to my PCOS weight struggles and tried to accommodate as much as possible. I appreciate your courage. I love it. Continue to follow your dreams." So this is why I wanted people to know the story behind her dress. This was his first time ever doing a celebrity, and sometimes all it takes is somebody giving you that one shot, that one chance to get your foot in the door. And from there, you can soar. It's endless possibilities open to you when sometimes somebody just gives you that one chance. So I saw people tweeting, I saw people on Instagram, on the different Belle Collective groups just giving their opinion. But it's just important to know sometimes if nobody ever gives you a shot, you might not ever make it. So she gave him that chance. I thought that that was a great thing. Whether you liked the dress or whether you didn't, you cannot deny that that was a beautiful thing for her to take a chance and let him do a dress for her. So shout out to Brandon. Keep doing your thing. Now, another look I wanted to highlight was Latrice Rogers' look. Unfortunately, I was not able to really connect with Latrice's stylist, but I wanted to show y'all her look and really highlight it. It was black from head to toe. It was paired with black gloves, and her hair was looking really nice. People were saying it was giving like vintage Hollywood, black Hollywood. So shout out to Latrice's stylist and to Latrice for rocking this look.
How did you feel when you saw Marie in that look that you styled on TV?
So, of course, I was there. So, seeing it, in the aspect of her getting ready and them recording, I thought it was a great look. I really did. And seeing it on TV, one thing about picking out an outfit or picking out a look for a photo shoot. But picking out one thing that's very important is picking out something for TV. It has to translate over on TV well, because some things can look great in person, and then when you see it in TV, you like, the color. It just some things can just not look as good as it looks in person. And so when I saw it on TV, I thought it looked even better. I was like, yes. I was like, I even texted her. I said, "Bitch, you look good. You look good."
What designer dress was it?
So we actually pulled that dress, got that dress from a showroom here called the Ivy Showroom. I want to say the dress was Albina, but they are literally basically like a rental house that has all kind of gowns and dresses and all kind of things in there. So we was in there just kind of having a little fun, and that's what we came up with.
Okay. Now I just talked to Malik there.
Yes.
Yes.
Malik did Aikisha.
Yes, I talked to him. So y'all gonna be on the video together.
Yes, Malik. I love Malik.
Okay, come through, Malik. Marie, you was in good hands, baby. How did you feel when you saw her on the reunion in the look that you styled for everybody to know, like, hey, this is Malik? They were on her page looking at it. People were talking about it. So how did that feel?
Well, this is a safe space. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it yet? Okay.
I'm not a TV watcher like that. When you hit me up, that was, wait a minute. Let me go look this up real quick. Like, I didn't know, you know, we work, we move, we work. And you kind of forget what you do sometimes. And it was like, how did you even know I did this? And then she tagged me. And I was like, okay, she tagged me. That's kind of how he knew. And then I think the next day, one of my friends sent me a clip of it. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh, it's out. Like, so it was just another one.
I get it. So you just working all the time. It's not like you're just waiting on the look to drop.
Yeah, you just work. Like, as a stylist, I kind of got into it by accident. Not by accident, but by accident. But I've been a tailor and a designer for going on 24 years now. So that's kind of where I do a lot of my focus on designing clothes and trying to make them. As a creative, you know, you scatterbrain, so you got 78 million items in your house you started, and they just there. So I'm trying to get back in the mental space of, let's get this done. Let's put this collection out. Let's get the reaction from the people, and let's go from there.
Now, how did you feel when you saw her walk out on a reunion in a look that you styled?
I was excited. I thought she looked radiant, if I must say so. She was looking like the chosen with that color. It's one thing, you know, styling is kind of like an art, and she was the perfect canvas for that particular dress and outfit. It just pulled together, and not to mention the tan from Dubai had the skin looking like it was skinning. So I loved it myself. So
Yeah, because I like, you know how sometimes like when y'all are stylists, y'all match the right look with like their skin tone or their color. So I like how that flowed.
it's always that's miniature, because if we were going with that color and that scheme as far as the Egyptian queen look, and just something outside the box. But one thing to see it all together, it was like all together different. It looked real nice, and it pulled together.
You saw her on TV and you saw her walk out in your dress. How did you feel?
So I'm not how do I say it? I'm not really just starstruck when it comes to my own thing. And I'm saying that because the process for me is always work. Like, I never really just stop and think and say, oh, wow, look what you did. Oh, wow, this is something you created. Oh, wow. Normally, that comes after so many people have said something to me, or, you know, have kind of pumped it up or hyped it up. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I did do that. That is my work. I did that, you know. So seeing it was a breath of fresh air. I think it got the reviews that I was looking for her. Because she was a little, you know, kind of nervous about it too, because of how revealing it was. But I mean, it was so beautiful, and she was snatched in it. I mean, the people loved it, and so I'm like, wow, great, you know, among some of the other looks, you know. So hey, it's a win-win for us.
Because I thought it was revealing, but it was done in a classy way.
I tell my clients that all the time. You can be revealing and not be ratchet or gutter, or it can be classy and beautiful, and it can be simplicity. It don't have to be a whole lot over the top, you know. So I'm just glad that she listened to me and allowed me to. She entrusted me with her completely for this reunion look. So.
Since you are a professional stylist, I want to know, what did you think about the other reunion looks?
They were nice. Everybody was doing their own thing. A few people played it safe, traditional. A couple people stepped outside the box. I mean, overall, everybody was just doing their own thing, bringing their own little, style
Yeah.
to the scene. They were okay.
What did you think of the other Belle's looks?
I plead the fifth.
You not Marie Monroe. I plead the fifth. Okay.
I mean, I think collectively, all of the ladies are beautiful ladies, right? I mean, they all are gorgeous. They all are great looking women. Some hit the mark and some missed it. And I think that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's always gonna be hits and misses, but it's like an experience that you learn from.
It is, and I think that it's also individuality, right? It's you have to understand when a client comes to you, or when these women are on these reunion shows and they want to look a certain way, they have their aspect of how I want to look. Like Marie came to me and said, I want to look like a bad bitch. I'm sure every other lady on the show who works with someone says, hey, I want to look like this. This is my inspiration, or this is what I'm going for. And so if they work with somebody, it's their job to execute that to the best of their ability. So I think, just to be honest, I think everybody executed what they wanted to look like.
What did you think of some of the other reunion looks? And you can be honest.
Oh, I'm most definitely going to be honest about it. I think that the other looks, except for maybe two, were what I would say they were trying too hard. Sometimes I tell people all the time, you don't have to put everything in your closet on. And when I say that means that, it's okay to stop at some point, when it comes to your garments and hair and looks and makeup. So I wasn't really a fan of Leticia's look. The fabric was amazing, and I'm sure it probably was expensive. The fabric was amazing. However, of course, the fit wasn't fitting. I mean, it just wasn't well tailored for a woman of her size. So I think that was the worst look for me of all. The look that I think another look that stood out like Tambra's, I would have to say Latrice. The black ball gown, high-waisted split. It was very elegant. It was simplicity. It was it fit her. It was an amazing look. Marie's look, I wasn't a big fan of. I really didn't. And I know fashion and it's all about art and expressions and creativity. However, the designing of on the black, to me, made it look cheap. The silver thingies, I don't even know what they were, but to me, it made it look cheap. Looked like safety pins or something. I don't know what it was. Well, it just made it look cheap to me. It cheapened her look. Aikisha, I think that Aikisha should have chosen a better hairstyle. I think that it wasn't cohesive. The gown was beautiful. The color was amazing on her skin. However, her total look was not as cohesive as I felt like it should have been, especially with that, high bun and low back, kind of, yeah. Wasn't, one of my faves. So my two faves were Latrice and Tamra.
Okay,
Definitely
so Tamra won, and if you picked a second look, it would be Latrice the Goddess.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, I know you said you didn't see the reunion. Have you had a chance at all to see any of the other reunion looks?
Marie killed it.
So you like Marie's look?
Oh yeah, Marie killed it. Marie.
Okay, so that would be your favorite look next to yours.
Yeah, Marie.
Okay. Did you see any of the other Bells or no?
I did. I don't know a lot of people's names because I don't watch TV. The lady with the Coming to America hair, the Queen hair.
Leticia.
Leticia was cute. Leticia was real cute. Leticia was real cute. You know. But they all look good. Like, I'm not a person who judges people how they dress, like in the fashion realm, because everybody has their own style. Even when you meet people who say, "Oh, I don't have style," how you dress every day is your style. Like, everybody has style, so I can't tell you you look a fool. That's your style. Some people might look at me and say, "He wear these big pink glasses every day. He look a fool." I like it, so this is my style, and I'm gonna keep my style how I like it. Now, you might elevate some things, take some things away, you know, add a couple pieces here that you just normally wouldn't do. But I think whatever you got on, if you like it, I love it. You look great. You know, I'ma always give you compliments on something. I mean, if you got on 5 items, I at least like one of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them. Your earrings, your hat, your shirt, your socks, your shoes. You know, we got to stay in the space of building people up instead of tearing people down.
Right. And I always think like style is like a personal form of expression.
Exactly.
Like, it's no right or wrong. It's whatever you like.
Exactly. I tell people that all the time. You are exactly right. It's whatever you like, whatever your pockets can afford. You make it work for you. You make it look how you want to look. And that's that. And if you need help, go get a stylist.
Come see Malik. Now, if you just had to choose one look besides yours that was like, okay, I can flow with this, what look would you pick?
Oh God. If I had to choose one look besides mine, I would have to give it to. It would be a toss up between Aikisha and Sogucci. Um, the only thing I would take away from Sogucci, which I was very familiar with her dress. She wore a Bronx and Branco dress, which is so cute. And it's funny because I loved her hair. I thought her hair was beautiful. She had one of the best hairstyles on the stage.
Yeah.
I just wish she had pushed the hair back because the dress had so much detail that we weren't able to see. So I wish like the hair would have been behind the shoulder so you could see the cutout on the dress and just more detail that dress had. But it would be between those two. And I have to say, I'm not a fan of Latrice, but she looked nice.
Yeah, a lot of people liked her look too.
Yeah, she looked nice. I think. I mean, it was simple. It hit the mark. I like this shoe. I have to say. I mean, I have to give credit to what credit to. She looked nice as well.
That's the look that you did for Gucci. Of course, that was top tier. But if you had to pick like a second runner up to your look that you style, who do you think would or did good with their look to be like second runner up to yours?
I don't know. That's kind of tricky. Second runner up. I don't know. Can I get a? They were a tie because both of them look, just as nice. I would say is it Aikisha and Latrice. I like both of their looks. They played it safe, looked it nice and everything. So both of those people.
Made you get into fashion?
You know, that is that's a good question. When I went to undergrad, I started doing fashion shows, and I really didn't know what I was doing. It was just something that it was just something that I was like, hey, I need to get involved on campus, and so I was like, let me put together a fashion show. And in that, I would literally get all the sponsorships from stores. And I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, and I went to Miles College. So I would like use that and just go to the different stores in Birmingham and say, hey, would you be a part of my fashion show? It's on, it's on campus of my school. And I began to build relationships from that. And after I graduated, I took a job, like everybody does in the 9-to-5 world, got fired. And and then I started interning under Sean Melson, a stylist here in Atlanta. And I was still living in Birmingham at the time. And from there, it just kind of skyrocketed. I would literally, still being based in Birmingham and nobody kind of being in that styling or celebrity styling, if you will, world, I would literally reach out to people or entertainers when they would come to Birmingham and just offer my services to them. And my very first client was Lisa Ray. And I can remember, and I was still doing her. I worked with her in that moment while I was still an assistant, and then that's when it just kind of elevated. It went from there to meeting Erica Dixon from Love and Hip Hop to, Married to Medicine to that, and then I finally moved to Atlanta, and then it still took time. I felt like, I always thought like when I moved to Atlanta, I thought I was going to be a sure end because I had worked with some different entertainers, but it wasn't. Still had to work my ass off. And I still do have to work my ass off to this day. It's a constant grind. But fashion is just what I love. I feel like style is who I am. When you go on my website, it says personality meets style. And I think that describes my line of what I do and what I bring to the table. And that's the whole thing of being Ryanized. So,
Come on, Ryanized. When you styled Lisa Ray, did you have to style her in white? Because I always see her in white.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I also did some of her looks for her show, The Queen's Court. I think it's out now that she'll be on the second season of The Queen's Court. And of course yes, all white, nothing else.
What made you get into fashion? Because you've been doing this for a while.
Well, actually, as a young kid, I've always transparency moment. Even as a young kid, like I stole my little cousin's Barbies and stuff, right? I would hide their Barbies just so that I could, style their hair late at night, cut up and change their clothing and all that type of stuff. So that's where it kind of, just started for me. I always had an interest in grooming. Not only myself, but just in grooming, period. And so as I started to get older, I was fortunate enough to be a part of a lot of theater events and plays and drama and all that stuff, of course, through school as well. And upon graduating high school, Lanier, 833.
833, come on.
Right. Graduating, I actually visited one of our local LGBTQ bars for the first time. And I was like, wow, I've been doing this, but in the back of my head, I've been doing it. I've been doing it to Barbie. I can do this. And that's, kind of how it all came about.
Now, since you said you've been in the game for 24 years, what made you get into fashion?
I've always wanted to do fashion. I didn't know what capacity, but I've always wanted to make clothes. Mm-hmm. I've always been able to draw. I've been able to illustrate. But I've always wanted to get into, because I find it interesting that somebody actually took a flat piece of fabric and made this jacket, made this coat, made this dress, made these pants. I've always been intrigued that now, how the hell did they do that? And then you realize at an early age, I want to do that. And then you realize all they're really doing is math. It's math. Like, I'm good at math. I'm great at math. It's math. And once I realized how to make the patterns, then you got to, you go to school for the sewing and do all that. And it all makes sense. It don't make sense to a lot of people, but to those that get it, they get it. It's just numbers. So, and clothes are beautiful thing. You can express yourself through fashion.
What made you get into fashion?
Well, I've been into fashion and more so picking out different pieces and statement pieces and different clothing from my grandmother and my mother. So since I was young, a teenager, and as far as finding odd pieces for my friends and putting stuff together for people, like for parties and different events, and styling people for proms and photo shoots, just small little things. I've just always been into fashion and styling and stuff like that.
So if somebody needs you, because at first I thought you were in Jackson, but if somebody needs you, can they like pay and be like, hey, Ramona, come here, I need this event. Can they hire you and just get you to come on in and get them together?
Yes, I mean, that's possible. I'm always up to traveling to meet different people and work with different clients. I have a few people that I work with in Atlanta, so they're not on television, but they're with the in crowd, and they do different events and stuff like that. And I usually get them together. So yes, I do travel.
Where can people follow you on social media, or where can they see like more of your work if they want to check you out?
Oh, well, on Instagram, is as Miss Honeybee Styling on Instagram, and they can reach you on my email, which is stylewithhoneybee@yahoo.com.
Going to be in this video description. So if y'all want Ramona to get y'all look together to help gather y'all, she's gonna help style y'all, have y'all looking good like Gucci. And since she is a professional stylist, we need this last question. What is a fashion tip you can give for the ladies and the guys?
Stop trying to keep up with the latest trends, because everything is not for everybody.
Okay. Now I can feel that. Now, what other things are you working on?
Well, I'm working on actually getting my fashion brand up and going completely. So that's what 2024 is going to be about. Working on Truth and Consequences, getting that brand off the ground with fashion that I like, that I think the people would like from me. So it's going to be interesting to see how you're received in the fashion space with your peers. But hey, if I like it, I won.
What's a fashion tip that you can give the guys and the girls?
The guys always have a black suit and a black turtleneck, because you can wear that to anything. You can wear it with sneakers. You can wear it to a black tie event. I mean, you can wear that anywhere. And for the ladies, a good black dress, a good black dress works with a lot of things. Because you can wear any color heel. You can switch that black dress 4,200 ways. I mean, you can flip that black dress 4,200 ways, and it's never gonna be the same black dress. So a good black dress and a good black suit and black turtleneck for the guys.
That's good. And let me say this one for the guys, since you said black. Guys, please start wearing black undershirts, or you call them wife beaters. Wear a black one, because undergarments are not supposed to show. That's just my only tip.
And black doesn't show through white. I just had this conversation with my godbrother. Black doesn't show through white. That's why you do black. That's the best one. And I'm confused at why this is a conversation that needs to be had.
I don't know. I've always seen it, and I'm just wondering, like, it's an undergarment. Guys don't understand that it's not supposed to show. We shouldn't see white on white, but yeah.
Let people, that's their style. Let them have it for a little while.
And where can people follow you if it's on social media or if they want to look at your collection? Where are the places we can follow you?
I'm on Instagram at Truth and Kaylon, so at TRUTHANDCON. You can follow me on Instagram.
Okay, and I will put it in this video description. Who would be your dream celebrity or just anybody to style that you haven't styled yet?
And you know what? This is a question that I get a lot, right? And when I say this person's name, it's been the same person across the board, but you're probably going to be shocked because everybody expects me to say a certain person. But my dream client, who I think is just the epitome of class and just oozes sex appeal, is Charlize Theron. And I live for her. I've always lived for her, and that would definitely be my dream client.
She's edgy.
Yes. And she just has this grace about her that's just so elegant. Even in her edginess, it's just still, it's an elegance about her. It's just she's everything to me. I live for Charlize Theron. I do. So that would be my dream client.
So we gonna get this over to her. Somebody from her camp, y'all watch this and get this over to her.
Yes, call me Charlize, please.
Yes. Now, what other things are you working on that you can tell us about?
So I am literally preparing. I was just with her yesterday. I'm literally preparing for Leticia's tour. I don't know if you guys know she goes on tour in March.
Yeah.
Beginning, I think it's 2 months, beginning of March and then the end of April. I don't know why I'm a part of all these Carlos King productions. I love Carlos. And I told him, I need to be like, you need to be still create these shows so we get some more of these bitches. I need all the girls on the show. So Carlos King has a new show called what is it? Bougie. God, don't kill me.
Bougie. I know what
Bold
you're
and
talking
Bougie. Bold and Bougie.
Yeah.
So I worked on with Gaucher on that show. So I'm excited about that. And then, like I said earlier, I'm excited for whenever. I'm sure the Queen's Court should come out this year, but I'm excited for that to come out because I also worked with Lisa Ray on some of the looks on that show. So those are some things to look forward to and some things that are coming up that I'm quite excited about. And I also worked on a really good project last week. I don't know when this will come out as well, but we're in an election year. And I worked with a nonprofit organization named the Fair Fight Action, which was started by Stacey Abrams. And they do a web series called Civics for the Culture. And I didn't realize the validity of what I was doing until I did it. But it's going to be a good thing to see. Just try to get young people to vote and talk about what are the topics that will be, big in this election year, because I hope people know that we are in an election year.
Right.
So that was one good project that I worked on. And I think that kind of was sentimental to me because it was for politics and it had a meaning behind it, a deeper meaning that I had never kind of worked in that arena before. So I was excited to do that.
Okay, Ryan, you better come through. You booked and busy. Look, I'm surprised I got you. You working, baby.
I worked you right on in there.
Okay, indeed. Now, where can the people follow you on social media, or if they want to see your looks, where can they follow you? I know you say Instagram, but is there anywhere else?
Yes, you can follow my Instagram. It's Ryan Is Style. I'm very, very, very active on Instagram. You can also go to my website, which is www. I hope I didn't say too many W's, but RyanChristopherStylist.com. I'm also on Facebook, simply my name, Ryan Christopher. I am on Twitter, Ryan_is style, but I'm not active on Twitter, but I'm a Facebook kid, I'm an Instagram kid, but you can also go to my website and see some fun stuff on there as well. But I also post all my things on Instagram, and you can look at my stories and stuff and past stories and see all my stuff.
Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna put it in this video description as well, so y'all can just go there. And before we wrap up, I just got one more question, but I want to thank you so much for doing this with me because you didn't even have to do this.
I want to say, I looked at a few of your videos, and I'm always rooting for Black entrepreneurs, and especially people are in the arts and entertainment industry. And I think that you're doing a great thing. And I'm always a supporter of people who look like us that do these type of things, because we need to support each other. So,
thank you. That's true. Oh, you caught me off guard with that. Thank you, Ryan. So this is my wrap-up question. What is a fashion tip that you can give for the guys and the girls? Because we need them, baby.
Less is more. I think everybody, even and let me tell you something. This is something that I still do to this day. And I literally have a friend that I tell her every time she's with me and she's getting dressed. Look, when you get dressed and you look in the mirror, take off one thing. You know, one thing. You know, the girls be doing too much over accessorized, and sometimes the fellas do too. You know, the thing about me is I like to look clean and crisp, and that always, sometimes simple says a whole lot.
Yeah.
And being overdone says too much. And I would rather say a whole lot than too much. So I always, just simplisticness it's regal. It looks like money. So that is my fashion tip, to always remember that less is more. And when you get dressed and you look in that mirror, you're like, okay, just minus one thing. And I promise that sounds funny, but it works.
I think that's a good tip, because I know somebody, like, you know how they load up a Christmas tree with decorations? And when I say this person I know be loaded like a damn Christmas tree, and then we go somewhere, they look, why everybody looking at me? Because you look like a fully loaded Christmas tree.
Yeah, we can take off one bangle, take off one necklace, you know. And sometimes you may, if it's too simple, you may need to add one piece. You may need to add one or take away one or the other. But trust me, and I do it. I practice that in my own personal style. I really do.
Now, you are, like I said, a man of many talents, but you also just wrapped 2 movies. Can you tell us about the movies?
Sure, I can say a little bit about that. One of them is entitled "The Warrant Unit," and it's by Curtis Nichols, which is a resident of Mississippi, Jackson. Great guy, great director, you know, and writer. And I was hired under, of course, Glam for the movie, and I was able to create the characters, looks, and different things. You know, most of the time in television and film, especially movies, directors and stuff kind of already have their layout for their characters' looks and stuff. But with this, I was able to kind of, you know, do my thing, you know, create the look for those characters, which was awesome. And by me doing that, I also was able to stumble upon me a speaking role in this movie. So I'm also in the movie as well. I can't say what character I play, but when it comes, people are gonna be, I think, really excited, just as excited as I am. Second is Mama's Boy by one of Mississippi natives, Drika Shaban, which is it's surreal, you know, it's the universe, you know, coming together, because Drika and I crossed paths maybe 2010, 11, I think maybe. And that's when I had just started my Jstruktuur beauty business. And I was the first one to do makeup on her, because she wasn't the person to wear makeup. So I was the first one to do makeup on her. And so fast forward to now, you know, she's writing and directing, and she thought about little old me. So she brought me in as the lead hairstylist for this movie. And once again, being at the right place at the right time, I stumbled upon another role. Although this role wasn't a speaking role, but it's a role that's really, really close to one of the main characters. So yeah, we just wrapped that up in November 23. So yeah, so be looking out for Mama's Boy and the Warren Unit.
Okay, we're gonna stay tuned for both of those. Now, where can people follow you? Social media, website, all that good stuff. Where can we follow you? Keep up with you.
Great. Well, at this time, website is under construction because my website is under construction right now. But my social media handles are, of course, Instagram. It's Jstruktuur. That's JSTRUKTUUR. You know, a lot of people kind of get that spelling mixed up. But it's the African spelling of the word structure. And so, what else? Oh, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook is my middle name, which is Jermaine. Jstruktuur Jenkins, my last name on Facebook. So those are my two main social media outlets at the moment.
Okay. So we're gonna keep up with Jstruktuur. We're gonna be on the lookout for the movie. And my last question is, because I know you get the first-hand scoop. What do you think of this reunion so far?
Well, I always say, it's nothing like being in the loop. Because you kind of know beginning to end. You know what the viewers don't get to see.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to see what production and the way producers have put things together. And so it's baffling, at times, because it can make things look not as they really are sometimes. The actual narrative that's being seen or portrayed tend to be totally different from what the narrative really is at that moment. I think this reunion is a great reunion because you have a part 2 and a part 3. So the people are going to be wow with part 2 and part 3 for sure.